one person is, I think, already there. So kindly let me know that whether I'm audible or not. I'm having some problem with the throat. So you just let me know that whether I'm audible first of all or not. If I'm properly audible, please let me know that, so that I can make the proper announcement for the classes. Yeah, DK Gamer. Hello. So he has also gone. Anyways, so guys, I'm here for the official announcement for the classes. So first of all, the thing is, I'm starting the classes for the grammar subject, particularly for the ICSE students. The students who actually study in this board, they face a lot of trouble understanding the concepts uh, regarding the grammar. Sorry, kindly manage with that. Good evening, Vasudev. Yeah, so kindly share it as much as possible. So there are different reasons for starting these classes and the kind of course that I have actually prepared myself and created a certain sort of PDF or a certain sort of PowerPoint presentations for actually, health is fine, health is fine. Anyways, let me make the announcement first, then we will continue. Good evening, Aman Preet. Good evening. Yeah, the first thing is the students face a problem in the concept based learning. Like they go for their classes, they prepare their lessons, they sit in the class and they jot down different notes. And what else they do? They complete their notebooks, and the marks are given for their completing the notebooks. That is why they copy from each other. Copying from each other doesn't make them, doesn't do not make that like student or any person to be perfect in that particular field. If I would be wrong in any grammatical sense, kindly just take it as like in a friendly sense. So kindly take that. Yeah. So what is the first thing that I want to tell you is concept based learning. Means to say, if there is any answer that we prepare or we say, we should know the logic behind it, that why we are saying it, why we are writing it. If we don't know the reason behind our answer, that means we are not confirmed about our logics and the concepts that our teacher has taught in the class. Or even if the teachers are able to teach, they are not able to teach properly because of the lack of the time, as well as the number of the because of the number of the students. The gathering is too much, so that is why. But here, what I am going to do is I'm going to have your online classes, not the offline classes. Only online classes are possible. And the first thing, as I mentioned you, is that concept based learning. So I'll teach the concepts of each and everything. Each and everything means every part of the grammar, like in part D or in part C, or whichever problem you face, like in preposition or in like your synthesis of sentences and the transformation of sentences. I'll just take you through all those hurdles and the obstacles that you face. So you need not to worry about that one. Another thing, like, we know that art art of writing is supreme. We know that it is greatly important for everybody, that you should know that how to start something, how to begin something, and how to middle it and how to end it up. And you should know that what are the different compositions that are there in this world and how can we create them on our own, and what are their rubrics, and like how to, like, if a teacher tells you how to write introduction, I think you are in a better place. But if your teacher says that there is an introduction that you have to write, then thereafter body paragraphs are to be written, then you have to make a conclusion. That's not the right way to teach. You have to tell your student everything. That means to say, why there is a hook statement in the beginning itself, why there is a start of something, and how do we start it, how we write an essay, how we write an application, how do we write notices. So reasons behind them are to be cleared. If those are not clear to the students, then definitely the students will face hurdles and the problems. So those obstructions will be cleared away. Okay. And art of writing, as I told you, is a supreme thing happening to every person around the world. If you write, then you purgate your soul and you get sanctified. You feel free when you write it down. And if the person is able to write it by himself or herself, then definitely it is going to help the person to get relaxed and stressless. Okay, little gamer, thank you, thank you. Yeah. So another thing that was in my mind to start this course was to have the better future for the young generation. Okay. And ultimately the main goal of most of the Punjabi students, especially living here in my native state, they prepare for IELTS. So when they prepare for IELTS, they will be readily prepared before even initiating that thing. Before jumping into the classes for IELTS, they will be already ready for it. If they know the concepts of the grammar clearly, one portion of your IELTS is very easy to grasp. That is grammar, because the four portions that they cover, like, that is another thing. We can talk about that later on some other day. But grammar, I would say that many teachers would say that maybe they will disagree with me, but I would say that if we are going to focus on the grammar in the schoolistic part, like during the school time, if we are going to focus on this, then I don't think so the child will face the problem in the future classes, in the upcoming classes like senior secondary classes, in their plus one or plus two or whichever stream they will take, the science stream or whichever stream. Actually, during those classes, we used to become negligent about the two subjects, usually are Punjabi and English, because we feel our main subjects are of more concern, that we are going to focus on commerce. That means we are going to focus on accounts, we are going to focus on human resource subject, and or if we are taking science, we will be focusing on our physics, chemistry, maths. If the medical student is there, then bio. But we try to become negligent about one particular subject, that is called English. So like at our time also, our teachers used to actually be negligent about this one, that whether the grammar is fine or not. But I don't think so that that was right. That was to be done rightly and correctly, because all the subjects, one other thing that comes into the play is all the subjects are in English. So why not to teach them first of all the basic language, elementary language that is required for understanding the other subjects, other streams, other phenomena of the world, before jumping into anything. So that is why these were the three basic reasons that I thought that, like, if we are going to nip this problem in the bud itself before even getting started, then I don't think so the child is going to face any problem in the near future. So for the futuristic thing as well as the conceptual learning, which actually is not happening anywhere around the world, or I don't think so, like, particularly, I'm wrong in saying so around the world, but my world, I'm talking about my state, or my periphery. My periphery means like the area where I live. Okay, so that is my world itself. For me, that is my world. So those kids, they make notebooks, they write notes, but they don't know the logic behind whatever concept they do, or whatever grammar skill they learn. For example, the degrees of comparison, if they learn, they just learn there are 3 degrees, and then they don't know anything about it, how they are framed, and how can we write sentences, and what are the different ways of that. Yeah. So these were the 3 reasons I had to mention before. Now, I will tell you that whom I am going to cover. I will be covering the classes 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. Okay. Sorry. Because these are 3 to 4 classes which are crucial for making the building for the rest of the bigger building that you are going to make for your future, goals in life, whatever goals you have in your life. So those goals will be accomplished, will be fulfilled only when you are going to focus on the basic aspects of your grammar. Okay, not only grammar is important. I am not actually considering this particular I'm just talking about those students who are in ICSE board. I'm repeating again, those who are in ICSE board and they are meant to go through this so called hurdle, or what we say, hustle. They have to go through lots of grammar rules and all that. No need to go through all that way, like without even becoming interested into that. We will create it like in an interesting way for you, and then you are going to understand that. Okay, especially when it comes to taking the grammar class. They think that it is very easy, we will get easily pass through this class, but they never focus on writing skill. So they forget about it, that if the grammar is poor, then definitely my constructions are going to be wrong somewhere. So the things that they learn in ICSE board, particularly in ICSE board, they do not utilize in reality, and they are unable to complete their race, just because in some schools or in many schools rote learning is encouraged. I don't think so that is the fundamental way to teach or to learn also. And even like during my timing when I was teaching in a school, I was really interested, just because my students were curious to know more. I think the great teachers are made by the great students only. If inspiring teacher has to be inspiring, the one thing that will make him or her inspiring would be the students only. If they will be curious to know more questions, or they will be asking more questions, then definitely the teacher is going to prepare at home. Preparation has to be done. If the teacher is coming unprepared, then definitely the syllabus is done, but the thing which is required is not done, which exactly is required nowadays. So kindly just keep one thing in the mind. It's not only about ICSE board I'm saying, or any particular school I'm just considering. I'm talking about every school wherever you will go, because of the lack of time, and also because of the lack of what we say, like managerial skills for those 40 to 50 students at the same place, or 30 to 40 students at the same place. If we are going to give them 1 minute each also, then it is not possible to give them, like, because 35 minutes in one class, and obviously 35 students you can handle for 1 minute, which is not possible to give them any healthy learning or qualitative learning. So give them qualitative learning, I think they should understand one thing, that yeah, time is required. And for that one I have started this thing, like creating this course and kind of classes. I'll tell you about the timing also. Just let me see. Yeah, so every subject is written usually in English, as I mentioned that. So we have to be focused on all such things. Okay, so grammar is required. Basically the grammar is required. If your grammar is good, your sentences will be correct, and if your are correct, then definitely your teacher is going to be very happy with you, and obviously without even checking. And let me tell you, I'll also teach you the presentation mode, like how we need to present ourselves on our answer sheet, and how we have to present ourselves in a writing manner, how we need to write, that whether we need to write straight words, or we need to use the slant words, or in which slant we have to write. Okay, and now we are going to come to the charges. How much am I going to charge? I'm going to charge you only 500 rupees, 500 bucks only. And I don't think so that is a big price for 1 hour class every day, from Monday to Friday. Saturday, Sunday, holiday, you can enjoy yourself and study yourself, and you can understand whatever I have taught you throughout the week. Okay, 5 days, that's it. Nothing else is to be done in that case. Okay. Now comes, like, what are the different timings that are available. So keeping all the students in the mind, and their other tuitions and other like aspects also, like they want to go for science tuitions, they want to go for maths tuitions. I know that I also got some calls like they want to have offline classes for English, and they want to particularly come for one subject, which is not possible for me, because in the morning time I handle the students of IELTS, and in the evening time I take tuitions. That's quite messy. Okay, so just keeping that thing in mind, I have created three timings: early in the morning from 6 to 7, okay, on Zoom application. I'll be coming and I'll share the link with you. Okay, and then thereafter we will have our class. Okay, so if 10 minutes or 20 minutes or 30 minutes even will go beyond that, it doesn't matter to me. You know me better. Okay, all my students know me better, that I don't care about this thing. I care about your learning, and learning is more important. Okay, I'm not flaunting about anything. Like I would say, like I would give it for free. Obviously, something which is given for free doesn't get that value. So that is why I have kept that minor price for that, 500 rupees for everybody. Okay, whomsoever wants to learn. Okay, and there is also a journal course that I'm going to start later on. Okay, that is for all. That is for all. That means every person can understand that one, because that would be bilingual and some other languages also can be used. And yeah, next thing that comes is your in your case, what are the three languages or the two languages that I will be using. So it all depends upon the majority of the students. If the students are asking me to actually explain everything in Punjabi or Hindi, I will be explaining in Punjabi or Hindi. But if the child is interested only to understand in English, then he or she may understand that, like majority has to go for, okay, I'll have to use that language. If the majority goes with English, then definitely there is no issue in using that language, so there is no problem with that. So Hindi, Punjabi, and English, I'll be using that. And most probably Hindi, because Hindi can be understood, you know, everyone can understand that. But as far as Punjabi is concerned, only Punjabi students can understand. If any student who really wants to actually have the classes, online classes, like, and especially if you're joining my course or my classes, then I don't have any problem in giving you the classes. For those students, I'll be using Hindi language to make them understand everything in their easy and more specifically in their own regional dialect. I'll use that one. Okay, so the three numbers that you need to actually jot down or remember, that are 7696 500 596. That's my number. Okay, and then there is 8968724047. That is also my number. Okay, and then one other number is 7087675447. Okay, there are three numbers that you have already gotten. You can rewind it and you can actually listen to the numbers again, or I will repeat that once more for you. That is 7696500596. That is first number. Then 7087675447. That is again my number. And then another third number, that is your computer teacher's number, that is 8968724047. So you can call on these three numbers to fix your spot and have your classes within the range of 500, because I'm going to shift this price up, because I'm quite busy throughout the day, and I'm like, just for some students call, I have just, you know, created this process of the course so that they can understand better way and they won't lose heart, okay, about their learning happening at their place. I know that what's going on, so keeping that thing in mind, I have started these classes. So that's all up to you. And every day I feel, so if I'll get some time, then I'll definitely come online on YouTube and I'll give you some vocabulary classes, sometimes speaking skill classes, and in any other way I'll be most probably available for all of you. So this is it for this announcement. Till then, bye bye, take care, good night.